This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 98. Which Soulsborne game is actually the best? Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 98. As always, I am Pint-Sized Geisha, and I have Blacklabel.
What it do?
And Azzilee.
Hello.
And today's episode is about...
Soulsborne games.
Soulsborne games.
Yep, bosses, builds, lore, vibes.
All of it.
All of it. See which one's the best.
Yep.
Before we get in, anybody want to say anything? Anybody want to do anything?
I got a PSA.
PSA?
I might have said this PSA before, but I'm not quite sure. It all blends together. I wrote it down. Mm-hmm. My PSA is the urgent care versus the emergency room.
Okay.
But it's not in a sense of where you go for symptoms. It's more of the sense of like, hey, you have something wrong and you feel pain and you don't know what to do and you're typing your provider and your provider says, go to the emergency room. And you type back, no, I don't want to because I don't want to wait too long. We don't say it just because. We literally mean go to the emergency room or go to the urgent care because we are worried about you. And you might have some stuff going on that we are not equipped for.
Awesome.
Just keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
An emergency room does not, an emergency room has an ultrasound, a CT, an MRI, everything you need. Does my office have that? No, we don't. We don't even have an ultrasound machine. Machine.
Yeah.
So if you're typing us saying, I'm having 8 out of 9 pain, my cramping hurts, and my blood clots are the size of my fist, and we say, go to the emergency room, and you say, no, I don't want to, there's nothing we can do. You need to go to the emergency room.
Yeah. Go
Just
to the emergency room. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. It happens quite often.
You have anything, Az?
No.
Awesome. We did try to go to a baseball game, but it was rainy and I was cold.
Yeah.
Dude, my pant leg was soaked up to my
My
knee.
shoes were soaked. My sweater was soaked. I was soaked.
If they just made like the roof slant a little farther out from the
Yeah.
bar tops,
Or
then
have
it
like a
wouldn't
little
be an
gutter
issue.
or something.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But no. It's like 1 foot away from the table that you're standing at.
And then it sloped down to a puddle.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
Savannah Bananas.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to go to the Savannah Bananas.
Is
Yep.
it this coming up Friday or the next
It's
Friday?
this Friday.
You told me so many Fridays. I
It's
don't
this
even
Friday.
know.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about bosses, builds, lore, vibes, and all that stuff. Okay?
Okay.
And so there's like a thing of like why this debate never dies because everybody always talks about what's the best. It's kind of like console wars or favorite Final Fantasy, favorite Zelda, most hardest bosses, stuff like that. Soulsborne fans take this to a completely different level because if you ask someone what's the best Souls game, you're not just asking for an opinion. You're basically opening a door to a boss fight. You're going to walk through the fog, there's no turning back. And this person is going to be like Dark Souls because the world design, or somebody's going to be like Bloodborne because the atmosphere and combat. Another person will be like Elden Ring because the formula and it blew the whole world wide open during COVID, or Dark Souls because their life depended on it, And then there's Demon Souls. Really good game. I think there's like there's 3 Dark Souls, something like that, right? But when they say all these games are the best, they all have a point, and that's
Sekiro.
what. No, we're not talking about Sekiro.
Okay.
That's not really.
It's technically.
It's not really a soul.
universe.
It's like a parry, though. It's not like all the other ones. So we're not talking about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like they all have a point, and that's what makes this debate so hard because it's not like one game does everything better than the other. Each one has their own thing. Each one has really good lore. Demon Souls has like a strange, eerie, experimental feel. Dark Souls has like the whole world. Like it feels like it's folding on itself. Dark 2 is kind of like that. Dark 3 is a little bit more polished. Bloodborne's very lore, gothic horror. What's the word you always say for that? Very what is the guy's name that does like Cthulhu?
Lovecraft.
Yeah, very Lovecraftian style. Elden Ring's very wide open, free. God, I'm like choking.
That's all those gummies you were eating.
It was. And then yeah, you had to deal with somebody who's going to argue which one's the best of that. You know, one person's talking about boss fights, the other one's talking atmosphere, the other one's talking builds, lore, all that stuff. But yeah, do you guys want the best world, best boss, best builds, best lore, best vibes? Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about them all. And I feel like I wanted to talk about this because I started every night before we go to bed, we watch like YouTube, and we watch like
we watch other people play video games.
Yeah, and what we were watching some guy. He made like a Bloodborne video, and it was actually really good. And it was like recent. It was like a couple of days ago, and he did like a whole arcane build, and he actually edited it really well, so I liked it. And most of the time, people do like Bloodborne, or like lore videos. I cannot stand them because their voices. I know my voice isn't good, but that's why I don't do lore videos.
Vitil Vatialis is the best.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, but this guy was good. He did like an arcane build. It was really cool. And so I was like, let's talk about Soulsborne games.
Let's talk about Soulsborne games.
Yeah. So Geisha, before we get into the games, when you think of Soulsborne games, what stands at you first? The difficulty, the atmosphere, the bosses, or just how intense people are about all of them?
The atmosphere.
Yeah? What about the atmosphere?
It's amazing.
Explain.
It's Lovecraftian and Victorian and Gothic, which is my favorite. So I just appreciate it. Very fantasy-like. Like Elden Ring, I think to me was very fantasy-like, right? With dragons and so on and so forth. Bloodborne, very Lovecraftian, dark, moody, gothic-y.
Yeah.
I never played Demon Souls or Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But I watch them and they're more like medieval-y. Like, you know, like castles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Azzilee, have you ever watched anybody play these games? You have an idea of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were judging these games, let's say like from the outside because you don't play them, well, what matters most to you? Like how cool the world looks, how good the combat system, or how interesting the story is?
I think how cool it looks. So like sometimes the characters and the lore will be cool. Like you'll have really cool NPCs, but I just like the style of it. The horror themes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Quick comment.
Yeah.
Your game right now reminds me of the Fantastic Mr. Fox with the way they're moving.
I'm just saying.
It has
this
like
game is so cute.
It has
I
like a
love it.
slow animation, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Fantastic
stop
Mr.
motion.
Fox. Yeah.
Like stop motion.
Exactly, yeah.
I like it.
I know, I think it's
I quite
cute.
dig it. You like my personal look? She got some
She
like
got little glasses.
skull earrings on.
Ooh.
What's it called again?
Cozy Caravan.
Cozy Caravan.
Cozy
I've been
Caravan, guys.
playing
Very
Cozy
cute.
Caravan.
While we're talking about Demon Souls. and
Yeah,
stuff.
I can multitask.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay, Demon Souls was like the weird blueprint. Obviously, there was like a game before that, and then we had like one listener talk about
What's that metal?
what, Armored Core?
Armor Core,
Armored
yeah.
Core.
Yeah, but we're not talking about those. So Demon Souls has like a weird blueprint. Like before Dark Souls became a legend, before Bloodborne had like people begging for a remaster, which probably will never happen. And before Elden Ring took over the world, there was Demon Souls. And I think Demon Souls is interesting because it feels like a game that started everything, but also the game that a lot of newer fans skipped it. Like I never played it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of like Souls games now. It was originally on PS3. It was very strange, very unforgiving, and it didn't explain itself, kind of like Bloodborne. I mean, I feel like all of them don't really explain themselves. And for a lot of people, it felt like something from another planet when it came out, because that's why it matters, because Demon Souls is the blueprint. This is where many of the ideas that define Soulsborne games really started taking shape, like the combat, the careful exploration, the idea of every enemy could kill you if you got careless, the fear of losing your souls, the shortcuts, boss fog, strange NPCs, the feeling that the world does not care if you survive or not. And that all starts here. And what's crazy is, like, even now, Demon's Souls still feels different from the rest of the series. It's very slow paced, and it's quiet. It's like more eerie than epic, I think. It doesn't always feel like it wants to impress you, and it's very uncomfortable, like the way the character is and like the whole vibe of it. And yeah, it's really cool. Like, instead of one huge connected world like Dark Souls, you have this central hub where everything feels calm but also haunting at the same time. Then you go into like these separate areas in Demon's Souls, and it's, yeah, like, I can't pronounce the words. Like, there's Boletaria, it feels like a ruined kingdom. The Tower of Latria, it feels like a psychological horror. And then there's the Valley of Defilement, and it's miserable in the way only From Software can make something miserable, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, and every area has the oppressive feeling that, like, you shouldn't be here, you know? And I think Demon's Souls does that very good. It makes you feel like you're not the hero walking into a fantasy adventure. You're like someone trying to survive the adventure.
It's like a desolate world.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to survive.
Yeah, you're just trying to make it. And for me, I respect Demon's Souls. I mean, I have never played it. I have watched it a lot, so I respect it. And I think it's important to understand the difference. Like, it's one of those games that you're like, without this, we don't kind of get Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Elden Ring. But I'm choosing one to replay right now. I'm probably not picking Demon's Souls because I've never played in the first place. And I mean, you can have a debate without it, like, because Demon's Souls is the first Fall Gate game, but it wasn't like my type of game.
I like Demon's Souls. I like watching people play it. That was like the first one I've watched.
Yeah.
Like, I learned about Bloodborne watching Demon's Souls. So I think it's kind of cool.
There's like this guy, I forgot his name. It's like something Hobbit. I follow him on Twitch, and he did this thing called the God Run. It's where he plays all the games in order, like Demon's Souls, all Dark Souls, like 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro, and he can't get hit, and he has to beat them all. It's called like the God Run, and he did it before, and it was crazy. Yeah,
that's intense.
That is very intense,
so
actually.
It takes a lot of skill, I think, to do
and
that.
if you get hit, you start all over.
Yeah.
From the first game.
From the first game. Geisha,
Yeah.
hearing about Demon's Souls as the original, do you think being first gives a game extra credit, even if later games improve on almost everything?
I think so. I mean, I've never played Demon's Souls, right? I played Bloodborne and then found out later afterwards that, like, Demon's Souls and Dark Souls came before Bloodborne. Or did Dark Souls come after Bloodborne? I don't know. Anyways, so I played Bloodborne first and then learned about the past games. And I feel like, of course, it was their, I was going to say their foundation. But then now that I'm thinking about it, all their games are so different from each other. But I still think that there's a foundation in there somewhere. I'm just too stupid to know what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Azzilee, from looking from the outside, does the world with like a lonely atmosphere sound interesting to you, or does it sound like the kind of game that would stress you out?
No, I think it'd be fun. Because it's like...
Reminds me of like liminal games.
It's like scarier because you don't have like companions to help, right? To heal or do anything. So it's more like, I don't know, fun, probably. It sounds more fun to me.
Probably
to not a lot of people. I don't know. But I think it'd be more fun, more scary. It's the ambiance. It's a vibe. But you gotta be into the vibe.
Yeah. It's definitely those, like all Souls games, you gotta be in the mood to play it. So Dark Souls, like the world that changed everything. So even though Demon's Souls was like the blueprint, Dark Souls is like where everything kind of clicked for a lot of people. Like, this is the one that turns From Software from a studio making weird, punishing RPGs into the studio that basically changed how people talk about like difficulty in games and world design and stuff like that. And I think the reason Dark Souls hit a little bit different and a little harder is because it just felt like, it didn't feel just like a hard game. It felt like a whole different world. Like, it was broken. broken. It was dying, very mysterious world that you slowly understood piece by piece. And the first time you play Dark Souls, especially if you don't know anything about it, it has like this really unique feeling. Like you're not being guided through a clean, obvious adventure. Like they're not holding your hand. They're not giving you arrows. You're just dropped into Lord Dran. And the game is like, hey, good luck, man. And that sounds kind of harsh, but I feel like all these games are very, very hard. It's like the way they are. And that's what makes them so memorable. Every step feels... Every step... Yeah, because every step feels like something you earned. Every shortcut.
So much
weird on the shuttle bus today.
Every shortcut feels like a discovery, and every bonfire feels like a relief. You're like, oh, I get to save, or oh, I'm just chilling. And every elevator loop back, it kind of makes your brain like, I don't know. You just feel like a little rewarded when you unlock stuff in that game. And I think a lot of the things that make, or one of the main things that makes Dark Souls so impressive is like the world design. Like the way it's connected, it feels very special. You go from the Firelink Shrine to Undeadburg to the Parish to the Depths to Blighttown, and then somehow you find your way back and realize it all fits together. Kind of like Bloodborne, you know. Very cool. And I feel like all of them are like this though. And that feeling is very hard to explain to somebody who's never played the game. You start recognizing paths too. Like once you play it over and over, you slowly start to learn the shape of the world. You start understanding where lore connects with other lore. And when the game opens up, a shortcut back to like somewhere feels familiar. You're like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I know I'm talking a lot. It is a lot. But yeah, like this is a great game. And it might not be the smoothest. It might not have the best bosses overall. It might not have the biggest world. I think the biggest world is obviously Elden Ring. But it has like one of the strongest identities. And I think that's really cool. So if Demon Souls is the first Fog Gate game, Dark Souls is the moment everyone realized what was on the other side of the Fog Gate. Boom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Geisha, when you hear about Dark Souls, does the connected world and mystery sound appealing, or does the difficulty reputation still kind of overshadow everything else?
I never played Dark Souls, and I can't remember. I remember watching the playthrough once. Is it the Dark Souls where the one where you like transverse between the world and like a different world?
No, that's Lords of the Fallen. Wait, no, your body. Yeah, you're like body, like undead, or you start slowly deteriorating, right?
Yeah, something like that. And you can like, when you die, you go to like something else, and then you can go back, and you have to like collect things to go back to the other world. I don't know. Anyways, what was the question?
Thank you. Azzilee, do you think...
Moving on.
Do you think a game gets extra points when the world is memorable, even if the gameplay feels older and rougher compared to the newer ones?
Heck yeah. Sometimes I prefer the older games.
Yeah.
Like newer games are fun, but I feel like they try too hard to focus on the graphics rather than storytelling. Because you can make a really good game and it can look like 8-bit trash.
Yeah.
But I'd like anything that's like a good story.
Yeah.
I don't need good graphics. I just need good story.
Okay, thank you. So, when it comes to like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, I like all of them. 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Elden Ring. People will usually argue like which one's the best, obviously, and that's normal. But I think once you bring in Dark Souls 2, I think that's like when people actually agree where it's underrated. That's like one of the most interesting games because it's not a game people are neutral about. It's like a game people have feelings about. And I think the reason is it's so decisive because it feels different from Dark Souls in ways people weren't ready for. Like Dark Souls 2 feels more spread out compared to Dark Souls 1. It's more strange, it's more uneven. It's like almost throwing a bunch of ideas at you and seeing like which one you take. And depending on the player, that either feels refreshing or frustrating. So it's a really good game. The enemy placement can feel overwhelming. The combat feels a little slower, and the movement feels different. And then you have to have like adaptability, which is one of those like stats that still make people mad. Because in most games, when you dodge, you expect the dodge to feel a certain way. Like, I don't know. You understand like the differences of dodges. Like it feels off, and that's a different complaint. And then there's Dark Souls 2, which deserves credit. Like the build variety, this game gives you a lot of ways to play the game. There's a lot of weapons, armor, spells. There's like weird options. There's a lot of room to experiment. And I don't know. I think Dark Souls 2 is really good for like builds and stuff like that. There's also something about like Dark Souls 2 because there's DLC, like a lot of DLCs, and some of the DLCs is very like genuinely strong. You talk about like Dark Souls 2 defenders, they'll usually point out to DLC as proof that the game has some of the best content in the series. But you know, the DLC areas and bosses helped redeem the game for a lot of people. So when we ask if Dark Souls 2 is the best Soulsborne game, for most people, probably not. But when we ask if it deserve more respect, I think a lot of people agree with that. Geisha.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting to the newer games, okay? Do you think a game should get credit for trying weird ideas even if some of them fully don't work?
Maybe partially a little bit of credit for trying something new and being brave enough to step outside of the realm of what's popular, but I don't think it deserves full credit on if it's going to add something and it's not going to be complete and doesn't make any sense in the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
That's what I would say.
Azzilee, if a game...
Stop eating gummies.
I'm not eating gummies. I'm eating Starburst
Stop
minis.
smacking.
If a game had great build variety, but felt chunky or frustrating, would that make you more willing to stick with it, or would that make you bounce off pretty fast of the game?
Ooh, I'd bounce so fast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're a simple person?
Very simple. Yeah. Well,
Are you a cookie cutter person?
Cookie cutter person?
Like the meta person?
No. But I would just get frustrated, I think, too much. Although, I did stick with Anthem, and that was kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
I would probably not. I would still not play it. Because Souls games are, like, hard.
They are hard.
So, if it's, like, chunky, I don't think I could handle it.
Okay. No, I respect that. So, let's talk about Dark Souls 3, okay? So,
Okay.
I'm going to make it quick for Dark Souls 3. Like, the biggest strength of Dark Souls 3, in my opinion, is the bosses. Like, this game has very incredible boss fights. Like, Abyss Watchers, Pontius Sullivan, Dancer of the Boreal Valley, Nameless King, Twin Princess, Soul of Cinder, Sister Freda, Slave Knight Gael. I can't pronounce it correctly, but, you know, that lineup is crazy. Okay? It's very intense, very dramatic. They feel like the series is going out with everything it has. And that's when you get to something like Soul of Cinder, which is basically the game turning the entire history of Dark Souls into a boss fight. It's insane. And by the time you reach like that point, Dark Souls 3 feels like a closing loop. It's not just another ending, it feels like the end of an era. And I think that's where Dark Souls 3 is strongest emotionally. Like, it feels like a farewell. Like, everything is fading, everything is ash, everything feels exhausted. I mean, it is the last of the Dark Souls. But yeah, like, the boss fights, in my opinion, are crazy. Like, does Dark Souls 3 deserve the crown? Maybe. If your biggest category is boss fights and polish, it has some serious argument. If your biggest category is mystery and world design, it might fall behind Dark Souls 1. But either way, Dark Souls 3 is like the game that gave the trilogy a really good ending, in my opinion. I mean, obviously everybody's entitled to their own opinion in the Souls games, but that's my opinion. Geisha.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
I am.
If you were judging a game like this, would you care more about polish and smooth gameplay, or would you care about more of the mystery and atmosphere? Awesome.
I don't know. That's a really hard question.
Yeah. I mean, you can
it's
just
got to be moody for me, and I'm gonna love it. But if it doesn't work, then I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah. So, what do you care about more about, smooth gameplay or mystery and atmosphere?
Probably smooth gameplay, because if it doesn't work and it's buggy, and I'm like Anthem, for example, I got stuck in the continuous loop of like the same mission over and over and over, and I was fed up and I was done with it. I was like, I'm not playing this game ever again, and I never did.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Anthem.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Azzilee, when a game is in the final entry of a trilogy, do you like when it references the older games, or do you think that's a little too safe? Interesting.
I think I want to say it's a little too safe, because I want to know that it's in the same world, but I don't want it to keep referencing a previous game. Because so if you reference previous games, it means it's somehow linked, and you would only know certain things from previous games. But if it's no references to previous games, then it's kind of technically its own game in a series, and you can just start off there.
Okay.
So I think that would be my logic.
Yeah.
I would want it unconnected, but still connected.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Now let's get into Bloodborne. Speed horror in pure style. Okay.
Yeah.
We get to Bloodborne, and I already know this is where some people are going to lean forward a little bit. They're like, "Oh, damn, Bloodborne." Bloodborne fans are a little different.
They are.
You know, Bloodborne is one of those games where people, they don't just say they like it, okay? They talk about how they survived something, that this is their game. Like, they saw the truth. They witnessed, what is that stuff called where they see shit in the game? The insight?
The insight.
When they got the insight, bro, they lose their mind. People just lose their mind. You know, and they come back wearing a long coat for some fucking reason and a saw cleaver in their hand. You're like, what the hell's wrong with you? They're like, bro, I'm just cosplaying.
Yeah.
Have you played
Or they
Bloodborne?
get like tattoos of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
People get tattoos of Bloodborne. I mean, not saying that they don't get tattoos of other games, but
a lot of people get Bloodborne tattoos.
a lot of people get Bloodborne tattoos.
I always get that one Bloodborne tattoo confused with Berserk, because they kind of look like the same. It looks like the figure 8.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, Bloodborne was
Not first. Don't
was
even.
not first, but it was
Not first.
a lot of the influences was
come
from Berserk.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's a big Berserk fan. Okay. Yeah. Bloodborne doesn't feel like another Souls game, in my opinion. It feels like From Software took the Souls formula, dragged it into Gothic Nightmare, and stripped away safety and made it faster, and then said, hey, like, stop hiding, you have to fight. And that's what makes Bloodborne a little bit more special, because if Dark Souls teaches patience, Bloodborne teaches aggression. And it's very different. Like, when you watch people fight bosses in Bloodborne, they're super aggressive.
Yeah.
Compared to you like in Dark Souls, you could use a shield, you block, you hide, you circle, you strafe, you play safe. But in Bloodborne, there's like no shield. You're going in, you parry, you throw shit, combat's faster, enemies are more like aggressive, the movement feels sharper, the weapons are more stylish. It's just a game that rewards you for fighting.
And then you have Sekiro.
We're not talking about Sekiro. That's like, Sekiro is like, I get that it's kind of like, it's that, but it's way different.
Yeah.
It is way different.
This game rewards you for staying in the fight. Like, that rally system is one of the best mechanics From Software has ever made. You get hit, but if you attack quickly enough, you can regain some of that health. That one mechanic completely changes your mindset. Instead of backing off every time you get hurt, you start thinking like, no, I gotta fight. If I get hit, you gotta be aggressive.
Be aggressive.
You're not. You're not just hunting. You're a hunter. You're not just surviving.
A hunter.
Yeah, you're a hunter. You're hunting. What is it? What do they say?
A hunter must hunt.
A hunter must hunt. And that word matters because the whole game is built around that feeling. You're not a knight. You're not some chosen undead person. You're not some armored warrior who's pushing around the kingdom. You're a hunter. Again, and a hunter must hunt.
Yep.
You're walking through the city that is rotting from the inside out. Yharnam feels sick. The streets feel cursed. The people feel gone. The enemies feel like they were once human, and that makes them even worse. The whole place feels like a nightmare that keeps getting deeper and deeper the longer you play. And then the game does something that I still think is very good and brilliant. At first, Bloodborne looks like a gothic horror. You know, there's werewolves, there's hunters, there's torches, there's old streets, there's blood, there's monsters. You know, what's that place called that you like? The castle of
Canehurst Castle.
Canehurst Castle.
Got some vampires in there.
Got some vampires. You know, you think you understand the vibe, and then slowly the game starts pulling you into a cosmic horror. Because suddenly it's not just beasts. There's fucking gods. There's madness. There's eyes. There's things beyond human understanding. And by the time you realize it, the game, like, it's already too deep. And it shifts from gothic monster horde to cosmic nightmare. And that's like one of the coolest things about Bloodborne, in my opinion. And to be honest, I've never even beaten Bloodborne. I've played it, never beat it, watched tons of people beat it. It's a great game. I like it. It has a lot of action, but also dread. It feels like it has like really good fast combat, but it feels unsettling. And then there's like a lot of great weapons. Like Bloodborne tricks weapons, like the cleaver that pops out.
The saw cleaver.
The saw cleaver, the hunter axe, the threaded cane, Ludwig's holy blade, the Kirk hammer, the Chikage. There's like a bunch of good stuff. Like each weapon has its own personality. They transform and they change how you fight. It's really cool. And then they got like things that make the character look cool. The coat, you know, a lot of different outfits, parries, gun parries, dodges, like the super secret dodge. What is that thing called?
The misty. It's not the misty step. It's a
It
bone.
looks like a misty step.
bone.
Yeah. There's like blood vials and all that stuff. Like, it's a great game. The healing system can be annoying though, because like blood vials are consumable, and if you run out, you have to farm. Some people,
sucks for
some people do not love like the dungeons as well. The frame rate sucks, which is why a lot of people want a remake. And Bloodborne fans have been begging for years for a remake.
They won't get one.
They won't get one. There's always like a rumor, and it never happens.
Never.
Never. But yeah, like obviously Bloodborne's great. So when we ask like whether Bloodborne is the best Souls game, I think it has one of the strongest arguments to be the best, in my opinion. If you value atmosphere, combat style, and a world that completely pulls you in, Bloodborne might be the one. It might not be the biggest, it might not be the most flexible, but it might be the most unforgettable one that you play or watch.
Yes.
Geisha?
Yep.
Based on that vibe alone, does Bloodborne sound more interesting because of the gothic horror, or does it make it sound more stressful?
I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne is my game. You got to remember, like, I was already into like H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe and all the dark, creepy things before I even played Bloodborne. I like classic literature. Yes, I'm love. And Bloodborne is like peak. They put H.P. Lovecraftian, Victorian, Gothic, all in a video game and made it work. It made it perfection.
Yeah.
The vibe is great. The gameplay is great. The aggressionness is great. Everything about Bloodborne is great. I love it. I don't even know what the question was.
Oh, but that's cool. That's cool. Azzilee, if you were picking a Soulsborne game, just based on atmosphere and style, do you think Bloodborne sounds like it would be the hardest to beat? For you.
Yeah, because Cthulhu horror, Lovecraftian horror is like endless nightmares versus like the undead.
Yeah.
So it's a little more creepy, a little more scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say so.
I agree.
Yeah, like H.P. Lovecraft horror isn't like, how do I explain it? It's not like zombies or ghosts or jump scares. It's about like entities that are greater than we are.
Yeah.
And their influence on us.
That
our
fear
minds.
of the unknown.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we get into Elden Ring. Okay.
Elden Ring.
I feel like this game changed the freedom aspect of Souls games. Like, this is the one that took Soulsborne from being like intense, respected, kind of intimidating to like into the mainstream. Because like once this game came out, everybody was playing it. Like everybody was streaming it. Like people knew Dark Souls, they knew Bloodborne, they knew all that reputation. And then there was like this feeling around them, like, oh dang, those games aren't for everybody. They were hard. They were very cryptic. They're very weird. A lot of lore that you had to piece together. And then Elden Ring came out, and everybody's like playing it. It's weird. Like everybody's like, this game is sick, even though they never touched a Souls game before. You know, like they talk.
Lore is weird too.
Yeah, they talk about like the builds, the bosses, rune farming, spirit summons, bleed weapons, magic, whether or not Margit was ruining their life. You know, and I think that's what makes Elden Ring such a massive game. Like it gave it such a massive moment. Massive moment. It didn't just make the formula bigger. It made it more inviting without completely removing what made it special. Elden Ring is crazy. It had crazy boss fights, really crazy lore, really punishing fights, and it still had areas where you had to walk in and you would immediately regret your choices, like the little finger area.
Oh yeah, I hated that.
God, that area creeped me out, man. Same with all the madness areas. Those places are crazy. And Elden Ring is cool because again, all these games, they don't hold your hand and take you everywhere. And in Elden Ring, there's a massive amount of dungeons, bosses. You can explore. You find a cave. You go in there. You're like, "What's going in here?" You find a new weapon. You grab a summon. It's crazy. You fight little imps. It's a great game. I love that game.
Statue imps.
Yeah. This was the first Souls game I ever played. I think it's the only Souls game I've ever played.
I played
Bloodborne.
In Bloodborne for an hour and then called it quits.
Okay, you just made my credibility drop. Extremely. Okay, it was an hour and a half.
Whatever.
But I put 200 hours in Elden Ring in the first two weeks. 300 hours in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the game beauties of working from home.
That game is dope game for me. But I feel like this is one of Elden Ring's biggest strengths. There's the build variety or variety is so insane. You could have a huge strength sword build. You can go bonk people. You could have magic. You could do the bleed builds with the katanas, the rivers of blood. Elden Ring gives you magic, which is insanely flashy. Some of the most powerful tools in the game, in the entire series. You want faith. There's lightning, fire, dragon spells, weird status effects, rot,
Rot.
Yep. And then Elden Ring makes it feel like the ultimate playground for Souls builds. There's so much you could do.
Yeah. I will say in Elden Ring, the magic and the arcane is the best.
Yeah.
There's I feel all of them.
It's just so much to choose from and pick from. And not just the exploration. You can go, there's freedom. You can go around searching for lore and all this stuff. And that Let Me Solo Her was a legend when he would beat fucking Millennia. I had the hardest time beating her.
You know this.
Yes. Millennia, the blade of Mekhala. So if someone says Elden Ring is the best Soulsborne game, I get it. A lot of players.
I get it. It's mine too.
A lot of players say Elden Ring wasn't their favorite, but a lot of players say it was. But I feel that's their entire point. Elden Ring's a little different than the other Souls games, but I get it. Because sometimes the best game isn't the one that refined the formula. I mean, sometimes it's the one that opened the door for most people, which is Elden Ring, in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel players who already previously played From Software games were immediately drawn to Elden Ring because they knew what to expect. But I feel people who didn't play or didn't know From Software at all were drawn to it because of the hype. And then they got into it and they're like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
And then they quit.
Yeah. Does Elden Ring sound more appealing, Geisha, because it gives you freedom to leave, explore, and come back stronger instead of being stuck on one boss?
So I want to say yes, but I also think that that's a concept that Bloodborne started, right? Bloodborne, you have optional bosses as well that you can skip and go to the main bosses. Not a lot, but not as much as Elden Ring. But I think Elden Ring took that concept and perfected it in a bigger world and in a larger setting.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because Cleric Beast, you don't need to fight. What's the one? Master Ligarius, you don't really need to fight in Canehurst. There's optional bosses as well.
What's the fire guy? The fire one?
The one in the DLC? Oh, I don't know his name. I hated him though.
Yeah. Great answer. Azzilee, do you think a huge open world makes a game more exciting, or can too much freedom start to feel overwhelming? Because I know how you and Geisha are, and you guys are like, "Oh, I need to clear this whole little area." And
Yeah, I
do
was
all
just
these
thinking that.
quests."
It's like
That's a good, yeah.
open world is
Sometimes
a little
it's too
scary.
big.
It's a little scary.
Okay.
Because then, right? Okay, so if there's no map and you have no way of knowing like where side quests are or where like points that you need to be are at, then if I run into something, I will immediately get sidetracked. So I have to do that quest that I run into. But what if I run into another quest? I have to do that one instead.
Yeah.
So it's a problem.
Yeah.
The first thing I did in Elden Ring was run to get all the map pieces. I literally ran through everything and got all the map pieces I could find.
Yeah, I think I got all the. I forget what it's called because I haven't played in so long. Like where you sit down at the camp, or the like
graces.
The graces. I got
Yeah.
all the graces.
Because in the map's clouded, right, in Elden Ring, but it shows you where the map piece is, the tower.
Yeah.
And I ran to get all of them first.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about builds. Okay, builds. There's strength builds. There's a magic build. There's dex builds. There's a giant hammer build. Okay.
There's so many.
There's like the shield user. There's like the two-hander, magic. Like there's a ton of builds for every one of these games. Souls games have always made that feel good. Like strength builds have always. They've always been the strongest, and they teach patience. Like you can't just spam attacks. Like it's like one big swing, and if you miss, you might get punished for it. So strength builds are very powerful, but they also make your decision making a little bit more heavier. And then you have dex builds. Like they're like a whole different vibe. They're fast weapons, quick movement, more hits, more aggression. Usually, you're not doing one big hit. You're doing like a bunch of damage over time. And for some players, I feel like that's like the way. That's why like slower weapons are different. I don't know. People like.
Yeah, I
fast
get what
weapon.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like slow. I can't do the big great swords because they're too slow for me.
Yeah.
I like the hack and slash. I go in, hack slash a few times, then dodge out,
Yeah,
then
it's
go
like
back.
I'm dancing.
Yeah.
I'm not there slowly moving.
Yeah, and the great swords are just too slow for me.
Yeah. Elden Ring is, though, when it comes to build variety, it's like crazy because there's like strength, dex, intelligence, faith, arcane, hybrid builds, status effects. You could do summon builds. You could do Ashes of War. Like there's a crazy amount of builds that you could do. Bloodborne is interesting too because they have a little bit of variety, but it's like differently. It doesn't give you as many weapons as like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, but the weapons they give you do feel unique. There's a lot of trick weapons that are basically the builds by themselves, like a saw cleaver player and a threaded cane player not bringing the same energy. It's like completely different. And then there's like the guy that we watched, he did the holy blade, right? The Ludwig blade. And it was crazy. And he was using some like little electric baton. I don't know what that was called.
The Thresher cane.
Yeah, and he was smacking people with that too.
Oh no, not the Thresher cane. The starts with a T.
Yeah,
It's the stick with a ball in the top. That's an electric weapon.
Yeah, and he was popping off with that, and then he went to the Ludwig build, but he was smoking people. But yeah, there's like a ton of different things, and you can go glass cannon or whatever. But yeah, like depending on what you value, that can change depending on your answer. Like when it comes to these games, like if you want the most build freedom, obviously Elden Ring's probably going to win that. If you want the most stylish weapons, I think Bloodborne's probably going to win that. If you want the most underrated experimentation, it's probably Dark Souls 2. It has a very good case for that. And then, like, I guess combat-wise, I don't know. There's
They're all different.
Yeah, it's very hard. Again, which one's the best? Maybe it's whatever one that it lets you play the style you want to play, I guess. Geisha.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give this one to Azzilee.
Okay.
Azzilee, if you were playing one of these games, do you think you'd rather use a big, heavy weapon, fast weapon, magic, or something weird like a status effect? We already know Geisha's. That's why I didn't want to ask her that question.
I use, in any build game, I use fast weapons or magic.
Okay.
Or both if I can.
Okay.
Because I don't like close combat. So if I can be fast and do close combat, perfect. And if I can do magic, and be far away.
Perfect.
Even better.
Even better.
Even better.
Okay.
Because I just hate having to like build up your points to be fast with a heavy weapon, right? Because if you just when you're just starting, you're like slow as molasses, and it grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Grinds your gears.
So yeah, I try and do fast weapons or magic.
Okay. Thank you. Azzilee. Sorry, Geisha, because I switched the
Yeah.
Geisha. Do you think having more build options makes a game more exciting, or does too many options make it overwhelming?
For me, my personal take is too many options make it overwhelming for me. However, I think in a strong gaming game,
Yeah.
like a strong gaming game, having a lot of options, I think is best so that it caters to a bigger demographics instead of just a little one, you know?
Yeah.
And I think like Bloodborne is great and I love Bloodborne. But it is very fast paced, right? And there's not a lot of magic. I mean, you could do magic, right? But I feel like it's a little bit harder. And Elden Ring, I think, is like the perfection game of From Software Studio. They took a lot of elements from each of their previous games and just perfected it to a bigger scale. Like you said, Elden Ring, you can customize your build in a ton of different ways. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
don't remember what the question was.
Thank you.
I'm struggling today.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about our verdicts. Okay, my verdict's going to be different than their verdict.
Of course.
So every Soulsborne game has a different argument. Like Demon Souls is the origin point of the games. It's obviously not the smoothest or the most modern. It started the fog gates, the punishing deaths, eerie worlds, the feeling that the game was not going to explain everything to you. Obviously, without that, we wouldn't have Dark Souls, which might be the best world design in the entire conversation. With Lord Rain feels like a place that you slowly understand the shortcuts, elevators, ways that it all molds back into itself. And then there's Dark Souls 2, and I know this one's not winning it for most people, but I do think it's underrated. It's very, very cool, very good. Dark Souls 3, you know, the bosses are incredible. The combat is a little bit more polished. The game feels smooth. And then there's Bloodborne, and I'll be honest, you know, Bloodborne, watching it compared to the other ones hits me a little different. So it gets me a little more vibe. I like the gothic horror esque type stuff, the whole cosmic stuff. Elden Ring is really good too. Elden Ring might be the one for me. It's very, I don't know. It's all of it to me.
It's all of it to you.
What about you guys? What do you guys like out of all these games? Obviously, you're gonna say Bloodborne.
Let the lady speak.
You can go first, Ayaz.
Because she knows she's gonna say Bloodborne.
I like Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
I think that's my favorite. I like the story. I like the idea of...
Who'd you watch play?
I don't remember. It was like a while ago.
Okay.
It was like just like a one and done kind of thing. Like I've never watched them play anything else.
Yeah.
I just stumbled across it and I was like, oh, no. Maybe it was, what's his name? Ray something? I can't remember what his name is.
Okay.
But yeah, I like that game. I like the idea of the story of like trying to put all of the lords back.
Yeah.
To get the flame. And I think that's cool.
Awesome.
I don't want to be, because obviously I love Lovecraft horror, but you know, I gotta deviate from Bloodborne.
You don't have to.
I gotta have a different answer.
Yeah, because you're going to say Bloodborne.
I'm gonna say Bloodborne. It's like me in a game. It's everything I love about gaming in a game.
Gaming in a game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the gaming in the game.
It's the game that made you get a PlayStation, right?
No, I had one before that.
Oh, to get a new one?
No, I've had every single
story
PlayStation.
of like you didn't have it and then you bought a PlayStation just to get it, even though.
No, so what it was I had the disc at first, and then my disc got corrupt, and then
right.
it stopped working. So then I had to buy it like on the PlayStation Network again. So I bought it twice. But yeah, Bloodborne for me. It's just amazing. It's great. The story's great. The mechanics of it are great. Everything about it is great.
Okay. Yeah, the person that we watched was Thing Fishy. That played the Bloodborne game.
Oh yeah, he does lots of different builds.
Yeah, he does a lot of different ones too, like all the Souls games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Bloodborne has the best vibe. Dark Souls, best world. Dark Souls 3, best fights, boss fights. Oh,
Really?
Yeah. And I think Elden Ring overall is the best package.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, if you look on Reddit and like look up Souls games rankings, a lot of people rank Bloodborne low,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I feel like to like Bloodborne, you have to be a specific type of person.
Yeah.
You have to be like into the gothic and the eldritch and the like the fast pacedness of it, because like every single boss in Bloodborne is an aggression fight. They're fast, they're quick, they're on your ass. You gotta be quick. It's not like where you can be in the back and try to shoot him from Narnia.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Is that you only talk this much when Bloodborne is discussed
I love
in
Bloodborne
every
so much.
podcast episode.
I really like Elden Ring too. Like I said, I think overall Elden Ring is From Software's best mechanical game. The lore is great. The mechanics are great. I think the bosses are way better in Elden Ring than all the other games. Melania is great. Fucking Radon is great. All of it is great. But me personally, like I said, Bloodborne is like me in a game. Dark, gothic.
If you look at my camera, you're just
Eldritch
in the
horror.
air.
Petting Yummy Boy.
Mine doesn't reach.
He's
you're
right
right
there.
here. He's like,
No, I'm saying it doesn't reach Azzies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's all I have. Like, whether, like, all these games, they all connect some way, you know? Like, there's Boletaria, Lordran. I'm trying to pronounce all the names correctly. Lothric, Yarnum, and the lands.
Yarnum.
Yeah, the lands between. You know, they're all great.
I wrote a whole book about Bloodborne.
You did.
I
She
did.
did.
After,
We've discussed about this before.
yeah.
Yeah, $29.99.
After hearing all this, Geisha.
Yeah.
Never mind. Azzilee, after hearing all this, which one sounds like it would be the most interesting
I could answer
right
this
now,
question.
right now to watch or try? Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or Elden Ring? You want to answer that one too?
Yeah, I have a.
You're just gonna say Bloodborne?
No, I
okay.
think Elden Ring.
Okay, why?
I was also going to say Elden Ring.
I think
Yeah.
Elden
I think
Ring.
people would enjoy it more.
Yeah.
It's open world, pretty
Okay.
much. So, you know.
I don't know if you were listening, but I did say Elden Ring is like From Software's best
did.
mechanical perfection game.
She did say
They
that.
do have a pirate game coming out,
No, Elden Ring so far.
but I'm saying they have a pirate game coming
Right, I
out.
haven't played that yet, but
I
Elden
know.
Ring, I feel like Elden Ring's lore is, like I said, they're all great.
I think, like Bloodborne, pirate games are a niche.
Yeah.
So, not a lot of people are probably going
I'm
to
not
like
a big
it.
pirate person.
Like,
game.
who played, what's the,
Black Flags.
yes. Thank
Assassin's
you.
Creed?
She knew.
Assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how many
They said
people
that
played that one?
Apparently, that one was the best Assassin's Creed.
I like that
Really?
one.
Was Black Flags.
I like that one. I
Maybe
liked
it'll be good
Assassin's
then.
Creed 2 the most, but that's just me. With the,
I'm kind of excited for this
native.
new like witchy one.
Yeah, there's a witch Assassin's Creed coming out, which is another niche thing.
I love witches.
Azzilee, if you only had a pick based on only what we talked about today, which one sounds like it deserves the crown?
Probably Elden Rings.
Okay.
Yeah, Elden Ring. You know, Bloodborne was only beat out from Game of the Year because The Witcher came out in the same fucking year.
Yeah.
It got number 2.
Yeah.
Bloodborne was second place.
All right. Yeah. So I want to know if you guys made it this far. It's like 54 minutes. You get to listen to this question. Then Azzilee gets to open you a pack. Which Soulsborne game is actually the best in your opinion? Like, are you picking based on bosses, builds, lore, vibes, or just the one that broke you the most? We want to hear it from you.
Look at your cat.
But yeah, go ahead, Az. Take it over.
I got you
Mochi.
guys.
Stop. Our cats are obsessed with Azlee's feet.
They are.
he doesn't really attack
Much Yami attacked her earlier.
What?
did.
Like attacked her and bit her foot.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I picked this one, guys, randomly.
Is it the one she put?
No sticker.
I put a sticker on one of these packs on the ones that I was getting the good vibes from.
Get us.
And I put it back.
Get it. Trick-a-chew.
Trick-a-chew. Trick-a-chew.
Or Gengar.
Or Gengar.
Oh, no,
Okay,
God pack.
Come on.
All right.
It's the best you're going to get. Sorry, guys.
I can never see
Oddish.
it. That's okay.
Fan Rotom. Ralts? What is that one? I can't tell.
It's a sun?
Oh, Soul Rock.
Was that a little oddish?
Oh, Gloom. Gloom is my favorite.
Gloom.
Gloom is my favorite. Okay,
Okay, we might get something. Okay, is this it? No hits,
Card
man.
good.
Dang it.
People like that stuff.
Dang it, man. You gotta do the flick. Look.
Yeah. I will say, though, I am a big Gloom fan. I love Gloom. That's my
Gloom.
cutie.
I hate that he just has that saliva, that drool.
So
Like, can you
stupid.
not?
I love him
Even
so
in Poketopia, he had the little thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my goodness, wipe your face."
I love Gloom.
Was he in there? He was in there?
Poketopia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all of Oddish's stages.
Gotcha.
Love them.
All right, everybody.
Join us in next time. Maybe we'll get the Gengar.
Keep grinding those levels and finishing them side quests. Until
Guys.
next time. Oh.
As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint-Sized Geisha, Blacklabel, and me, Azzilee.
Bye.
I want to open another one.
No.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice, gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azzilee and Geisha chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles.